Welcome to Monday Motivation. I am Rich Laster, your host. My @ symbol is the BizGrow Pro. I hope you had a great weekend. I hope you had a great week. You had some homework to do. You were supposed to spend the last 7 days understanding via application the reality of actually applying, okay, every minute, every ounce of energy, every ounce of thought to moving towards your goals. I would love to hear in the chat. I've got the chat set up. All right. I really want to hear from some of you, from all of you, what have you done? All right, are you any closer to your goals? Personally, one of my goals was to replace an income stream that a project about to come to a close is going to represent the loss of, and to find another lending source other than the 1 million plus size deal lending sources that I have, because all businesses are not at 1.25 or larger in annual sales. So while those numbers are very, very in the very slightest fashion flexible, you kind of want to respect your relationships. You don't want to bring people deals less than what they're telling you they're looking for, right? That's just bad business. So I think one of the biggest things, and we got no comments yet about what you've done in the last 7 days to move towards your goals, but what I really want to see happen and to have happen for you is that you understand some very key concepts. Some of the things that will rise up against you as you fight to chase this definition of success that you have in your head. One of the things will be yourself. The fear in you, the doubt in you, stress, which is you giving emotional energy and power to something that should have none, right? I want you to think of emotion like money. If I give you $100 and I drop you at a high-end mall, you might buy a trinket, you might buy something on sale, you might have enough money left over to go to the food court and get some Chick-fil-A, but that's that. Knowing what you have, you're more likely to spend it very tactically, very strategically. All right, that's money. Emotion, thoughts, energy, they are no different. You have a limited supply. You have a limited supply. Have you ever met someone who is just a sourpuss? All right, this is not somebody you want to be around. This is not somebody you would want to build a relationship with. You wouldn't want to do business with them. They're not even fun to hang out with. Unless you two are a complainer, and then you're likely having the same conversation with one another, and you don't notice because you're the same way. I'm hoping you're not. But people who give so freely their feelings, their emotion, to every little situation, every little challenge, are usually drained. Think about people who work a 9 to 5 and have dreams and goals. Those people are usually exhausted when they come home, because those people usually hate what they do. That's where they got this whole entrepreneur thing from. It's like most things in society, it's escapism. Why do you think alcohol companies do so well? Selling you fermented herbs or berries or hops filtered through potatoes or grapes. I mean, and they add a little caramel to it for color. And because it makes you almost numb, high, intoxicated, because it lessens the pain or lessens your ability to process and properly interpret the pain or the stress or the exhaustion or the stupidity that you deal with in the course of a day, you turn to it. Next thing you know, it becomes a crutch that you lean on. Next thing you know, it becomes an addiction that you can't seem to manage. You, in your weakness, you not wanting to face the reality of your situation so that you could figure out what the solution is, you empowered that addiction. You created that addiction. You didn't try it and to experience it. It wasn't a new experience you were after. It was an escapism. Why do you think most people in 2018 spend more time on Facebook than they do on Audible, Kindle, in a library, or in a bookstore? Escapism. They get to laugh at things that they don't truly think are funny. They get to act like they are part of a norm that I don't think anybody should be a part of. We have allowed the norm to become laziness. We have allowed the norm to become, everybody should accept me as I am. All right? Such a norm devoids the reality that we are all supposed to be growing and maturing and doing better and being better and helping others. If we're all just running around saying, oh, this is just me, this is just how I am. Oh. If how you were today is how you were last year, you're not growing. Right? Now, in order to grow, you have to develop some emotional intelligence. And emotional intelligence is the same as financial literacy. Right? When we say financial literacy, we are talking about your ability to know what is a good use of your money and what is not. Emotional intelligence is the ability to say, what is a good use of my emotion? Should that bother me? Is what they said or how they are, how they conduct themselves, should that bother me? Right? Now, what you're admitting when you allow something to bother you is that you have created an emotional label, an emotional tie to that thing. Why did you do that? That's like assigning fear to an interaction, to a person, to a challenge, to a project. You know, for my birthday, I went indoor skydiving. This summer, I'm going out of a plane skydiving. Because, quite frankly, why not? It's something I want to do. Should I say, oh, well, I could die jumping out of a plane. I'm a black man in America. I could die getting a parking ticket. Like, fear doesn't serve any of us. It doesn't. Fear is negative emotion assigned to a thing. the assumption of a threat. Well, personally, I believe in God, right? And I believe that, yeah, while there's free will, God, the Creator, already knows what His plan for us is. Because His plan for us isn't really about a plan for us. It's about the understanding as the Creator. It's about the understanding of our roles and where we fit in and how we will serve the purpose that He has set out to accomplish. Right? So you gotta be very careful when you assign fear to a thing. Are you in a lack of faith? Do you not think that whatever the challenge may be, that the God who loves you, the God who created you, isn't big enough to like just rip it up for you? You think He can't protect you if you need protecting? Maybe you need to face this one head on, right? Maybe you need to woman up, or you need to man up, and maybe it's time for you to have a little hard luck, as they call it, which I ain't really with that luck stuff. But maybe you need a challenge in your life right now. You need some hardship in your life right now because you're too weak to accomplish what you were supposed to accomplish, what you were created to accomplish. You a little too soft, right? We got to toughen you up. You know, I was joking the other day with a good friend, Brenda, and I said, she we're working on this project, and she like let some people off the hook. Like, yo, what are they getting paid for? They have stuff they have to do. They need to dot their I's and cross their T's. You can't run behind them and do it for them. But she is truly one of the sweetest people I know. So she did that. And my response to that was, at this moment, I'm very clear on the fact that God is actually a man. God is Father God. Because a father, father is one thing about us. We will allow a child that we love to deal with some of life's challenges on their own, so that as they become an adult and as they become older, hopefully they develop some wisdom and some strength. Because the reality is that as a father, I'm not always going to be here. So I don't want my children disabled and not able to fight for themselves, not able to accomplish what they need to accomplish. If God was a woman, if it was Mother God, all of us would be coddled and made to feel good, and there wouldn't even be asphalt, right? I think sidewalks would be like made out of marshmallow, and the streets, I don't know, they'd probably just be like mega trains or something, because moms are the loving, nurturing, coddling type. And I think one of the worst things going on in our society today is a subscription to the belief that people deserve to be coddled. People that coddle you are effectively disabling you. You need a foot to your behind sometimes. And that's the greatest thing about life. Like, you gotta be able to say, I've been through some stuff, and that's okay. You can't be bitter about it. You gotta realize that it's made you a stronger person. You're here for a reason, right? And you were created with everything you need to accomplish what's burning inside you, But the question is, what you gonna do with it? Yes, like this current project, I feel like I was asked to assassinate a terrorist and I was handed a gun with no bullets in it. That'll happen. Well, that's the negative, right? That's the negative perspective of it. The positive perspective of it is that I have been challenged to do as much as humanly possible with inadequate resources. That's awesome. I can honestly say that I am a stronger person than I was 6 months ago. Why? I didn't have a choice, baby. And I feel the same way about winning. I don't think there's a choice. There's not a choice. You have to win. You have to fight for the win. You have to fight to move forward. Nothing else is going to serve you at all. At all. You can run to your family. You can run to your friends. They're going to get tired of you sooner or later. If they got anything good to say to your face, they got nothing good to say behind your back. Be different. I want you to develop emotional intelligence. I want you to know that who you are and what you're dealing with is who you are, and it's what you're dealing with. Right? So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a truth. You were created in the image of God. Right? You often describe yourself as, I am this, I am that, I am a banker, I am a consultant, I am... Nobody cares. In truth, and at the root of truth and reality, is that there is a period after I am. Because you're made in God's image. God said, I am. Did he need to say, I am God? He's God. Do you need to say, I am rich? I'm rich. I just am. Am I the roles that I play? No. You can put any title you want on a business card, but you will still be you. Your greatest you is your authentic you. Right? And your authentic you might need some work. Right? You might be keeping it real, but keeping it real might be ignorant, disrespectful, and grossly unprofessional and insubordinate. Like you might just like really irk everybody trying to accomplish a goal. But you just keeping it real. You're just being you. Well, nobody's asking you to not be yourself. Mike Tyson knows to put a suit on when he goes into a church. Mike Tyson is a boxer. Boxers only wear shorts. If he just keeping it real, he would go everywhere in boxer trunks. He would have did his, documentary in a pair of trunks. You can be yourself. You don't have to be phony. You don't have to be fake. And you don't have to wear the proverbial mask. But you do have to understand etiquette, class, decorum, right? And learning these lessons and understanding these lessons doesn't require any more of you than to realize that this is part of your experience on the potter's wheel. This is part of God growing you and maturing you and helping you to develop. That's it. There's no need to feel like, there's this irk in my soul. Why would anybody have such access to your soul? Let me leave before I say something and get fired. Why are you so weak that you can't control yourself with a little class? Life is not all warm and fuzzy, yet somehow a lot of people have bought into the idea that it is. It's not. If you want warm and fuzzy, buy a dog. Gordon Gekko in the movie Wall Street said, those B-school types, give me young, smart, and hungry, with no feelings. Young, smart, hungry. Young doesn't always refer to age, right? It refers to energy level. Smart doesn't refer to education. It refers to the ability to problem solve and creatively think around the challenges that do always arise. Hungry means that you want to win more than you want to show up to work 5 minutes late or to leave work 5 minutes early. You don't ask on a project, how much vacation time you get. You ask about the commission structure, about the compensation package. What drives it? If I exceed those goals, is there a bonus? You ask those questions. You're hungry. You want to win. You can win. It's not coming to you. It won't fall out of the sky. It will not be easy. If it was easy, you would not appreciate it. You just wouldn't. But cool. Getting more comments from other social media channels than from YouTube. Everybody, please, if you can, in the actual YouTube, I can see and respond to your comments. Right. Personally, I let a whole lot of passion out in my work. But emotion, I save emotion for my grandson and my family, which are like really close friends and, really special family members, and then my relatives. I don't have a dog. I don't have time for one. My favorite dog is actually a Jack Russell, and that's kind of like a retired guy's dog. You are either working 3 or 4 hours a day and playing golf every morning, or you're just straight up retired, because Jacks are high energy. They are high energy dogs. But emotion, love, is the only emotion you need to focus on. Fear, dislike, hate, any of that, it's just not in your budget. It's not in your emotional budget. Alright? What is the task? Alright? What is the goal? What milestones do I need to set out? In other words, what steps? And I really want you to set your goals weekly and set your milestones daily. Right? A goal is, this is where I want to get to. This is where I want to get to, right? A milestone are these 4 fingers. These are the 4 steps I need to take to get here, all right? Knock them down one by one. One by one. Knock them down and get to that goal. That should be where all your passion and all your energy goes. If you have to work a 9 to 5 until you can afford to work solely for yourself, that 9 to 5, you should be the quietest, most professional, hardest working person there. right? But when it's time to get off, you should be walking out the door, pulling out your to-do list, and hammering away at what you need to do for you. That's what matters. But you don't burn bridges. You don't put yourself in a situation where you have so many write-ups that you'll never be rehired by that corporation or anything it owns. Relationships are everything. I didn't always believe that. You know, when I was young, I was a cocky bastard. And I was a cocky bastard because I would just outwork anybody and everybody. I could get anything done. If I didn't know how to get it done, I would learn how to get it done, and get it done better than you. But I never stopped to hang out. I never stopped to build relationship. Now I realize the importance of it. It comes second. You know, you definitely have to be good at what you do. You have to be effective at what you do. You have to do it. And you have to do it like there's no tomorrow. Right? Study, read about it, eat it, sleep it, breathe it. Give 100%. I mean, you know, I know everybody's screaming, oh, this is just how I am, accept me as I am nowadays. That's bullcrap. I won't accept you as you are. I'll respect you as a human being. But if you're a lazy, worthless piece of trash, then, you know, man, I don't know. Maybe society would have been better served had your parents had an abortion. You know, it's something to think about. And it's a little hardcore, sure. But, like, are you a positive contributor to more than worthless, warm and fuzzy bubbles? Like, you just blow bubbles. Are you selling bubbles? No. You just blow bubbles. No, boo. Be more, man. That is like creating an emotional space where you feel safe. If you need an emotional space where you feel safe, get counseling. And don't get one of these counselors who, you know, got a correspondent degree and they're going to teach you how to cope. Get one that can shrink your head, help you understand how to face down your challenges and your burdens and your negative emotions, and to grow past them. Because you have to grow past them. You have to heal and move forward in the world. If you are coping with a pain or a trauma that you've been through, that means it never went away, boo. You're still carrying that. You're still feeling that. No. Emotional intelligence says that you have to know when to assign emotion and when not to. Doesn't mean you can't be nice. It just means you can't be foolish. Crescendo, how's it going? You know, we are, did you have a question? Ha, the Surge. Surge, that's you, man? Crescendo 458. I should have known. 458 Ferrari. My man Surge is in the building. What's up, bro? Hope everything's going well. Surge is a great example. Y'all should definitely hit Crescendo 458's page. Great guy. You know, knows everything about cars, very ambitious, very creative in his thinking, does a lot of video production also. One of the key reasons why, this page looks as polished as it does. I really appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Gotta have a cigar soon. So, I am, as promised, at the 30-minute mark. Going to jump off here. But if anybody has any feedback, if you think that this program, Monday Motivation, can help somebody else, tell them to subscribe, send them our link. If not, I'm glad you were here, gotta say, but the journey's never over, man, and it's like, that's a great point. That's a great point. The journey is never over. Some people think that the rich, the wealthy, the powerful are greedy. Like, they made their first $1 million and they didn't sit down somewhere in a little 2-bedroom apartment and just live out the rest of their lives worthlessly. They got a taste of what it's like, and this is the addiction I want all of you to catch, right? Everybody get this addiction. When you taste a win, especially a win that cost you blood, sweat, tears, let's go beyond the cliche. It cost you sleep. It cost you a few meals that you missed, right? It cost you a date with that hot chick or that hot guy you wanted to go out with, but you knew what you wanted to accomplish was more important. That is addictive. When you win and you look back and you realize that everything you gave up to win was worth it. You are far, far from likely to sit on your behind and just rest on your laurels. You're going to say, where can we take this? What's the next level? How does it grow? These are the same things we're supposed to be doing with our lives. We're doing with our business ventures. How do I get it up? How do I get it stabilized? How do I grow it? How do I stabilize it? How do I grow it? You hear business people talk about the term scalability. Scalability is create it, stabilize it, grow it. Stabilize it, grow it. So what do I mean stabilize it? If your business cannot run without you being there, if you get a cold or if you get sick and the business shuts down, it's not stable. If you have to reach into your personal savings to make payroll, your business is not stable. All right? Stabilizing a business means that business is now at a point where it can operate. The daily operations of the business can go on with or without you. That frees you up to grow it. That's what you want. That is true scalability. Make sure daily operations can go on and do go on and will go on with or without you, and then focus on driving an increase in revenue, driving an increase in staffing, driving an increase in every part of the supply chain of your business that you need in order to handle more business. You got this. You got this. Serge, love you, bro. Everybody out there, please, subscribe to the BizGrow Pro YouTube channel, Monday Motivation. I really want to build this into a think tank for other ambitious people. Let's all just get on here and converse and let's get it going. On social media, on all platforms, I am the BizGrow Pro. It's up there, right? I love you all. I want your growth. I've been through hell to experience mine, and if I can save you some of that, I'm here. All right? Cigar soon, Serge.